In the checkbox group, we have several options like pizza, pasta, salad, and we can choose one of them. Now, let's say I have another option. For example, you can choose the food, pizza, pasta, salad. But I'm going to check whether you like the spicy food or not. So, pizza, do you like the spicy pizza or you like the pasta pizza? Spicy pasta? Do you like the spicy salad and etc. So there's an do you like the spicy or not? Because the option is only one. So because the option is only one now, you're going to use checkbox. If you choose, if you check the box, it means it is true. If you do not check the box, it is false. So it is only a single option, or you call it this is a single checkbox. And you can print whether condition is true or false. Or you can print another string when the condition is either true or false. Okay, let's take a look. So for this environment, now we have multiple input. The first input is checkbox group. Okay, this is the checkbox group. The other input is checkbox. Then there too is different in the component. Okay. This is the first component, and this is the second component. They are different. Because they are different, then we need to define two inputs. The inputs, we need to have two inputs, and we are going to use a list. This is an array. The first input is checkbox group. The selection will be pizza, pasta, and salad. The second input is only a checkbox, whether you can select the spicy or not. Now I'm using a label, spicy. The label spicy means we can show this text as spicy because we already have one value for the checkbox. If you select pizza and spicy, so you choose pizza with spicy. If I choose pasta, so you choose pizza and pasta with spicy. If you choose pizza, pasta, and salad, you choose pizza, pasta, and salad with spicy. Okay. Now, you can print. If you look at this one, from the previous example, we use join. Join means we want to combine what we already got from the user selection. If user selects those three, then it will be in the name. So those three will be in the name. And then for each of them will be split with the word and. The second parameter is the taste. It is from this one. If the selection is true, okay, so we have with another with the curly braces. The word will be spicy if taste. Okay, what does it mean? Taste. If this one is true, or if this one is selected, okay, so if it is selected, the result will be true. If it is true, then let's put the word spicy. Else, no spicy. So if I do not select the taste, then put the word or write the word no spicy. You can check this one. If I do not click this one, you choose pizza, pasta, and salad with no spicy. Okay, so let's just remove this. Then you choose pizza and pasta with no spicy. It means if you do not select it, then you will see only the word no spicy. So if, let's say, I remove this one. Okay. Let me remove this one. And then let me put this one with only the word taste. Okay. So what does it mean by taste? This is the parameter from here. And if you run this, if I submit, the result is false. What does it mean by false? We do not select this one. If we select this one, is submit, then the result is true. Then this value will be either true or false. If the value is true, okay, this one, if the value is true, I want to print the word spicy. If the value is not true, then let's print the word not spicy. So that's the meaning. And I want to replace this one with the text, this one. So only one variable will give you true or false. But with the complete this comprehensive condition, you will get the new string. Okay. I think you already learned this one before in the condition. So we just apply to the user interface. Then if I put salad and spicy, you will see the word spicy, not true. Okay. The other kind of component, we call it drop down. So what is drop down? If you look at some of the user interface, they have this symbol, triangle. Okay. And you can click on this icon and then the option will be shown. And it will go down and show the selection. Okay. So we call this is drop down. So this is the code. We are using drop down. Now let's see. We have drop down. When you click this one, then there is an option whether it is pizza, pasta, or salad. If you click pizza, submit, then you choose pizza. If you click pasta, then you choose pasta. If you click salad, then you choose salad. Okay. The drop down will select only one. You have pizza, pasta, and salad, so you will get only one. And it will go to this parameter. Oh, I forgot to mention. If we have one parameter here, so if we have one input, it will go to this input. What about if we have two inputs? if you have two inputs, the first input will be in the first parameter, and the second input, it will be in the second parameter. Okay. The first parameter is the menu name. Then it will show here. The second parameter is the spicy selection. Then it will go here. Okay. Then if you have three parameters, you need to have three different inputs and so on. Okay. Now, with the drop down, yeah, you can see, you can select the menu and we select only one. Is it possible to do the multiple selection? For example, using the drop down, I want to choose not only one, but I want to choose pizza and pasta. Okay. So the result will be you choose pizza and pasta like this. Here, we need to specify the multi-select. Multi-select, it means we can select more than one. So it allows multiple selection from the down menu. We have the drop down, we set up the value, which is pizza, pasta, and salad, and the multi-select equals to true. So let's see. We have drop down, pizza, pasta, and salad, multi-select equals to true. Now I choose pizza. Then pizza is available in the selector. And then I choose salad. Okay, then it means two of the items are available in this section. Then if you click submit, you will see pizza and salad. Now, the question is, previously we saw the word and, but here we saw a list. Of course, for the user, if the users understand Python, they know that it is a list. But if the users do not know Python, how can we replace this one with the previous string? So I want to show this one. You choose pizza and salad. Then you can use what we already learned before. This is only name. Yeah. Then you can design, you choose and join name. This is from what we already learned previously. If we choose pizza and we choose pasta, then we get the result. You choose pizza and pasta. This one will split the list which has two or which has more than one value into a token, or we call it an item, and it will be joined for every item that you have. Okay. Next is slider. Slider, we can use this kind of widget. Okay, we call it slider. And let's suppose we want to calculate the area of circle. Now I'm having one function. the function area, it has one parameter which is radius, and it will return the area with this formula 3.14 multiplied by the radius power of 2. So we are going to use the slider. So it allows a slider of numerical value within array. So you can set up the minimum and you can set up the maximum. Now for this one, I'm going to use the interface, and we are going to use a function which is area. And for the input, it is a slider. So the slider will start with 2. So this is the minimum. This is the maximum. And we put the name. The name will be radius, or we call the label. The output will be a text. So we have text, we have text box. So you will see what is the difference. Okay. The title is simple Gradu area calculator, and the description is calculate the area of a circle. Now let's run it. The initial value is 2, and then you can slide. Okay. We call this is slider. So you can slide. For example, I want to have value 14, and once you submit it, you will get the area according to the value that you input. Let's say I'm going to choose 10. Oh, okay, 10. Okay, then when you submit, you will get the value. Okay. Or you can change here. For example, 5.5. Then you will get the value of the area. You have one input. So the result from this input will be the input for this parameter. Okay. Yeah, we can put another kind of we call it parameters. So the parameters you can set up. Oh, I forgot to explain the text. Okay. So the output is a text. What is text? Here the text is similar with text box. Okay. So the text and the text box, they are similar. If you want to refer to the documentation, okay, there is more explanation about the text box. For the text box, they have more functions. For example, you can edit, or you can make the color, or other things. Okay, so there are several kind of options to modify the text box. But for the text, it is only text, only a result. Now we can have another option to deal with this slider. Yeah, you can have the slider. You can start with the value 2. So value 2 means the starting point is 2 and the minimum is 1. The maximum is 10 and the step is 1. It means whenever you slide this slider, you can only slide with one step, and the minimum is 1 and the maximum is 10. The original value or the initial value is 2. Oh, I think I don't put this one. Oh, I don't put this one. Let me put this one here. So in this case, we are having a name and then the intensity. Okay, so you can see when you slide the slider, the number is increasing for every one step. But previously, when you increase the slider, you can have numbers within 0.1. So the increment is different. Okay, so you can set up the increment. For example, later on, if you make your project, let's say you want to make a coffee kiosk. So people can only order the Americano 1, 2, 3, but not 3.5. You don't have any decimal point. Then you can design with this step equals to 1. And let's suppose the order maximum is 10. So you can set up the maximum is 10. And let's set up, for example, the initial value is 1. And you can set up the initial value is 1 and so on. Okay. So we have name, let's say Yongin. And then if I select this 7, okay. Hello Yongin. We have 7. So the exclamatory sign, not Kimpyu, they are 7. If I put this one 10, so they are 10. Okay. Let's see. The result is name and intensity. So once I have the name, I will print this exclamatory sign multiply by the intensity. It means if the slider gives you 10, then there will be 10 times this one. If the slider gives you 2, then there will be only 2 of this one. And now let's see, text box. The text box, we have the label greetings, and for the text box, you can also define how many lines do you want. In this case, we have 3 lines. Then you can see we have 1, 2, 3. Actually, there are 3 lines. So maybe let's see if we have the Yongin, for example, I don't know, Korea, let's say. Okay. Then it is for 3 lines. You can see 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you can define those parameters also for the text box. For the text box. The other kind of input, we can use number. The number, it is only a number or a numerical value without a slider. So you just input any number, let's say 10, and then you will show the area. In this case, we are using number. Number, it allows only an input of numerical value. So we input the number, and then the label is radius. After we got the number, it will go to this radius. So number is only a text box, okay? And this increment and decrement is only for number. Let's say I have 5, then the area is 78.5. If I have 10, and the area is 314, and so on. Using Gradio, we can design the web page. The one that I showed you before, it was only the default design. You have the color like orange, yeah, that was the default, but you can make another design. For example, this design, and you can have a kind of we call it sidebar. Sidebar means we have the side, yeah, we have the left sidebar, yeah, we have the right sidebar. So we can design this one, and yeah, later on you can design for your project. Now, suppose the left sidebar, I need to give the input the radius, and then the right sidebar, it is for the output. Once you click this button, you can show the output. Now let's take a look on this code. I'm going to use theme. So theme, it allows a user to apply a theme from Grady. So there are some theme variations. So you can take a look on this one. Okay, there are some theming type. And we are using Markdown. So Markdown, it allows a user to show a text in the web. Here, yeah, we have Markdown. We have Markdown. And before we deal with the Markdown, you need to define blocks. Okay, the first one is the area. I think you know this one. And then blocks. This is the block. And in the blocks, we are going to use the theme. The theme means something that already designed by the grading. Now we are going to use soft. Soft means, yeah, a template given by Gradio. And we are going to make a sidebar. So the sidebar, the position will be on the left. So you can design your sidebar. Maybe if your sidebar might in the right, yeah, you can design it. And for the sidebar on the left, I will put these three items. The first is a text or markdown. So the markdown, it is a text. It is a calculator, area calculator. And then another text, input the radius. And the radius, it is a variable. It will be a result from the input from Gradio, which is a number. And the label is radius. So this is the item. These are the items on the left sidebar. After we have the left sidebar, now we need to define the output. So the output is a text box, and then let's write the label as area, and then let's just put the lines too. We have another variable, generate btn, or we just say the generate button. We use a button and calculate. So I have an icon for the dice. So we can also put some kind of icon for this one. Calculate icon, and then variant primary. So primary, it is designed in the web. If you learn about the CSS, CSS is one of the language, web language programming. We call it the cascading style sheet. Okay, so this is the CSS. In the CSS, there are some kind of guideline if you want to design the user interface. One of them is primary. Primary means the color is blue. Maybe if we look at the design, okay, we have this theming guide. So the theme, okay, if you use the theme soft, this is the theme soft. Actually, you can have another kind of theme. For example, origin, citrus, monochrome, glass, ocean. Okay, so there are some options of the theme. And also for the primary, primary colors for CSS. Okay, so they have the color like this one. It's primary. Not here. Okay, this is from the CSS, and they already designed the color. For example, primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, and info. It means if you have the primary color, it is in blue. If it is secondary color, it is in gray. If it is success, it is green. If it is about danger, then it is red. If it is about warning, it is yellow. So we don't need to memorize this one. It is already available in the web. So you can just reuse it. Okay, so like this one. The primary is blue, secondary is gray, success is green, red, yellow, cyan, white, and black. So we use the primary in this case. Now we need to define when you click the button. Okay, so once we click the button, you can do like what you did on the interface. We have the function, which is the area, and we have the input, which is the radius, and we have the output. So the output will be shown in the name output. So using this one, using the sidebar, you can have the sidebar. So the radius, what is the radius? Let's say we have the radius is 5. Then if you click the button calculate, the area is 78.5. Now let's say if I change this one to 10, if you calculate, then the area is 340. Now let's say if I change this not primary, danger, for example. Now it doesn't affect the color is not available for the danger. Let's see secondary. Okay, now you can see the color is white. Okay, so if you know the word, yeah, you can change the color based on your preferences. In Gradio, actually you can have the interface in different kind of layout. So they claim they have 4 different kind of demo. They have 4 different kind of demos, or they have different kind of layout. The first is the standard demo. It means it has both separate input and output. So we have input, we have output. So this is the standard. What I mentioned to you before, all the examples are the standard demo. There's another kind of interface, output only demo. So you just show the output, but we don't need to show the input. So the output only demos, which do not take any input but produce an output. Maybe if it is about image, okay, sometimes we just upload the image and then show the output. Or the other kind of interface, it is only input only demos. So the input only demos, we do not produce any output, but do take in some sort of input. For example, if you are, in this case, a demo that saves images that you upload to a persistent external database. When you upload on a picture and then you want to save it in the Google Cloud, then you can save it and then finish without any output. Or unify demos, which have both input and output components, but the input and output components are the same. This means that the output produced overrides the input. Yeah, in the standard demos, you have the input and output. Sometimes you can have the input in a list and you have the output only one simple value without any parameter on a list. But a unified demos means the both input and output, they have the same component. So the interface in Gradio, they design like this one. The input and output, they have two. So the left part is the input and the right part is the output. Whenever you click something here, you will show it in the output. There's another kind of interface. You just show the output, but no input. Then this is only the output. Or there's another kind of interface. You show the input, but no output. So it is only the input. The other things is you show both input and outputs. Okay. In this case, input and inputs, because the components of them are the same. We have the input and then there will be an output. This is the example, okay, given by the Gradio. If you are using the standard demo, you have input, you have output. If you have only the output only demo, then you just have one section. This is the output. Maybe this is only to show the result from image. Input only. Let's say you need to upload an image. So this is only an input. Or the unified demo. In the unified demo, the input and output will be the same. Now let's check. Okay, this is a standard demo. So I'm using the example in the Gradio about this standard demo, and it uses a kind of matrix multiplication. Here is an array. There is a matrix, and then we want to do a kind of matrix transpose. So if you drop an image like this one, maybe let's see. Okay, let me choose any image. Let me choose Google logo. Let me check if it is working or not. Okay. Download images. Okay. So let's see if I drop the image. Okay, now we get the image here. And if we submit, yeah, this is the result. It is a kind of filtering. Okay. The result from the image, it will be filtered with this array. The result will be like this one. Maybe it is for the black and white, but it becomes brown. Okay. Output only demo. Now we have a particular input. Let's say this is the input. This is yeah, a photo. This is an AI generated picture from internet, and we can use this one. Okay, this is too long. Okay, if you want to click, maybe this one is. Yeah, this is another picture, the AI generated picture. Now let's choose this one. So I have picture and I want to do something related to an algorithm, for example. So I want to run an algorithm. In this case, yeah, let's say GAN. GAN is a kind of algorithm generated adversarial network. Okay. And from those three pictures, I want to generate a kind of image. Then it is randomly chosen from the image, and then we show it into the output. Yeah, let's suppose we have these three images, and then I want to select two. Okay, there are two columns, and from the gallery, okay, this is the images, and I want to choose two of them and show it here. Okay. So this is an AI picture. Okay. We have three pictures, and the column is two. Then 1, 2, and another picture will be here. 1, 2. If you have another picture, you can show it here, but we have only two columns to represent the picture. The other kind of interface is input only demo. So in the input only demo, yeah, you can drop the image here and then okay, it doesn't work well. Anyway, yeah, this is the input only. So because we only submit this picture, so it is safe in the server and there is no output. Okay, because this is only the input only demo. Once you upload a picture and they are safe. And the other interface from the example from Gradio, we can apply something like chatbot. I think you know the ChatGPT. Okay. So the ChatGPT is available for free if we use the old version, the GPT-2. So a kind of chatbot, it means that the input and the output will be in the same location. So it is quite long. Let's wait. I tried before, it was like 30 seconds or until 1 minute. Let's see. If you're going to use any kind of GPT, okay, so you need to have some kind of library. So they are installing the libraries into your Google Colab. And after they install properly, then you can run and you can use it. But because it is the old version of GPT, the result is not good. Okay. The newer version of GPT is better, but the old version, the result is really, really bad. For example, you can tell me about Korea. So if you submit, yeah, the processing is also very long, and the result is also not good. Yeah, it is until like more than 30 seconds, I guess, and the result is not that, yeah, natural. Yeah, so something like this one. So we cannot understand. When Kim was 17, he something. So it is not completed because we also limit this one number of written sequence. So we limit only 5. So it means we only get 5 sentences. Oh, sorry, 5 words. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got only 5. If you want to get longer sequence, yeah, you can put longer, but of course the time will be it will be longer than this one. Yeah, anyway, you can check, you can try, okay, with this small GPT, even though it is not that good, but it is quite relevant for us to try. Okay, I think I need to stop here. So any questions?